सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। अस्मद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। So today we will start a new text which is called Viveka Chudamai. Viveka Chudamai is a text which is authored by Adi Shankara Bhagavad Padacharya, and that text has got over 500 shlokas. Viveka Chudamai text has got more than 500 shlokas, and this text is a complete detailed text which has all the aspects of Vedanta, right from eligibility, what is the basic query, what is the answer, up to Jnana Nishtha and Nididhyasanam and Brahmajnana or Atmajnana Phalam. This text is a voluminous one having more than 500 shlokas. So there are our acharyas, many of them, they have picked up 108 shlokas which represent the complete Viveka Chudamai, and hence we will be referring to 108 shlokas which are picked up shlokas from the main text, and that is what we will be learning. So it is more of a, you will be jumping across shlokas if you have the original text, or if you check 108 shlokas of Viveka Chudamai, you will also get that text. I will also forward you the text which is available for this 108 shlokas. Viveka Chudamai is the only text where more than 200 verses are dedicated to Nididhyasana. More than 200 verses out of the 500 odd verses are dedicated only to Nididhyasana. So how you can imagine how much in depth and how much detailed Bhagavad Padacharya has taken Nididhyasana, because the toughest one, more than Shravanam and Mananam, is Nididhyasana, and that needs to be practiced to internalize this Atma Jnanam and get the benefit. So mere knowledge, theoretical knowledge is not enough. Intellectual gimmicks are not enough. It has to be internalized and completely transform the person from the existing habits, and that is where Nididhyasanam plays a very important role. And Nididhyasanam, this is the only text which refers to more than 200 shlokas specific for Nididhyasana. There are Nididhyasana related texts by itself, but they are focused in Nididhyasanam, so the complete text is Nididhyasanam. But when you see Viveka Chudamani, it comprises of right from basics to complete till the end, where eligibility, sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, what is the main question of the student, what is the eligibility criteria, then karma yoga, upasana, jnana yoga phalam, shravana, manana, nididhyasana, everything which is put into it and packed very well. And from that Nididhyasana is 200 shlokas. Okay. From that perspective, a very important text and a very detailed one and a very concise, crisp, with clear meaning is Viveka Chudamani. Hence, Viveka Chudamani has got the name Viveka Chudamani because it actually is Viveka Chudamani. What is Viveka Chudamani? Viveka, what is Viveka? Nityavastu Vivekaha, Nityavastvaikam Brahma, Tadvyatiriktam Sarvam Anityam. This knowledge is available, and we get knowledge from many sources. There are many types of knowledge which we get, because the knowledge whatever we get is very specific to a particular field which we want to know, which we do not have that knowledge. So if I want to get computer knowledge, the field is computer science. If I want to get medical knowledge, then you become a doctor. There are so many various such knowledges, innumerable knowledges, there is no end to it. But the knowledge mentioned here is Atma Jnanam, Atma Anatma Vivekaha. Atma Anatma Vivekaha, that Viveka knowledge is given. So hence the name, when it says Vivekaha, Vivekaha is not materialistic knowledge, it is the highest knowledge, knowing which all the other knowledges are already learned. The highest knowledge, knowing which no other further knowledge is required, that knowledge is called Viveka knowledge. Correct? So the subject matter in this text is the highest knowledge, Atma Jnanam or Brahma Vidya is the main subject matter. If someone is interested, how will I get without pain my life? How can I live comfortably? How can I have dhanyam, dhanam, pashum, bahuputra, labham, shatasam, vatsaram, dirghamayuhu? For that, this text is useless. If I want materialistic gain, this text is useless. But if I want Atma Jnanam, which is the highest of all the knowledge, okay, then this particular text, which is the subject matter, is Vivekaha, using our intellect and discrimination to understand what is Atma, Anatma, having understood what is Atma, giving up the Anatma and establishing ourselves in the Atma, that knowledge is called Atma Jnana. Many books are there are many texts. Then why is this text called Chudamani? What does Chudamani mean? Chudamani means a jewel which is placed on the head, in front of the forehead or above the forehead. So when you just imagine, earlier these ladies used to put one ornament on the head, and that ornament, like a crown, will have a small jewel on the top of the head. That is called Chudamai. Why Chudamai? Chudamai, why cannot it be any other ornament? Because the most important part of our body is the face, and even in the face, the maximum importance what we give is to our brain, and this is the crown of the brain. So wherever this person is there, even if the person is not visible, this jewel shines and is visible from a long distance. So Chudamani is worn so that this jewel shines, and from a distance, because it is at the topmost portion of the body, touching the body, and hence it is of the highest value. So when we say Viveka Chudamani, it is the highest knowledge which is shining the most, and that knowledge is called Viveka Chudamani. That knowledge of Atma Jnanam which is shining the most, which is the most valued, there is nothing which can be valuable more than that, and that is called Viveka Chudamani. Okay. Now, normally, is this clear about what is this text? Why we are learning it? What is the subject matter of the text? So people, I see some new people are there. In case you feel that this particular subject matter is not what I need, you can decide whether to continue in the next class or not. But the subject matter is going to be Atma Jnanam, and no other knowledge which is related to any of the benefits, comforts, happiness, sorrow, nothing of that is going to be touched. It is a very, very rational subject which one has to understand and then put effort to live with that knowledge. Bring that knowledge in every moment of our life. Okay, right. Now, every text in the earlier time, every text starts with a shloka which is called Mangalacharana Shloka. It is a Mangala Shloka. Why do you start with it? Because normally when the author starts writing a text, that author sees a particular good day, a good time, and then starts it, but normally is not sure how long will the author take to complete it. If it's a small poem, it is simple. But when you talk of a text, when you have to cover portion by portion, subject by subject, that text can go for many days. And within this, there can be many obstacles. So to ward off these obstacles and getting purti and the completion of the text which the sankalpa that author has taken, he or she prays to the God, and with the name of the God takes the blessing of the God, and hence there is a tradition of writing a Mangala Shloka in the starting of the text. Many a times texts are also there without a Mangala Shloka, but a Mangala word is used as the starting. For example, when you see Brahma Sutras, Athato Brahma Jijnasa, or if you go to Dharma Sutras, Athato Dharma Jijnasa, You go to Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, Atha Yoganushasanam. Atha is a Mangala word. Atha is a Mangala word. Very clearly. It is one of the words which is a Mangala word, which Atha means the Lord. One of the meanings is the Lord. Okay, Atha means now, at present. There are many meanings to it. So when you see that either the shloka is a Mangala shloka or the first word is the Mangala word and then the text starts. Does anyone remember what is the Mangala shloka of Tattvabodha? Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Vidhiyate. Correct? Same way, for Viveka Chudamai, Shankara Bhagavat Padacharya writes a Mangala shloka which is Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. Okay, with this Mangala shloka, we will start and enter into the proper text. So, let us again chant, repeat this Mangala shloka, and every time in this class of Viveka Chudamai, we will also chant this and then continue. Okay. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. Okay. What does this Mangala shloka say? Here the reference is Govindam. Okay. Now, who is Govinda? Who is Govinda? A little amount of Sanskrit is very enjoyable here. Gam vindati iti Govindaha. Giyate iti Govindaha. Govinda Bhagavat Padacharya iti Govindaha. Shankaracharya's Acharya's name or Guru's name is Govinda Bhagavat Padacharya. Okay. So, Govindam means Govinda Bhagavat Padacharya. Okay. Let us take the simple meaning where Govinda Bhagavat Padacharya is being the subject here, where he says, Mama Acharyaha Govindam Aham Pranatosmi. Aham Pranipata Karosmi. Kratosmi. I do namaskara to my Acharya who is Govinda. Is it clear? So when you see the second line, Govindam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. Sadgurum Govindam. So first Govindam Aham Pranatosmi. To that Govinda I am doing my namaskara. Okay. Aham Pranatosmi Govindam. What type of Govindam? What are the virtues of this Govindam? Sadgurum. Sadgurum. Sadguru who is filled with Sattva and he is a Guru. He is a Sadguru. Okay. Because gakaram andhakarasya rukaram tam nivartate andhakaram nivrittitvat sadgurum abhidiyate. Rukaram andhakarasya rukaram. So guru is made up of two words, gu and ru. Gu means andhakara, darkness. Ru means removal. So the one who dispels out all the darkness is a guru. So not only he is a guru, he is a sadguru. Okay. Who is one of the foremost among the gurus, who is filled with virtues. Okay. He is such a type of guru who is filled with compassion. He is a sadguru. Right. Why he is a sadguru? Why he is a sadguru? Says the first line is a little twist. We have to understand it very clearly how it goes. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam. Okay. What is Gocharam? What is Gocharam? Gocharam means that concise or something which can be reached. The precise crux which can be reached. Okay. What is the crux of Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta? First is Sarva Vedanta. What is Vedanta? Vedanta Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchidartha Sannyasa Yoga Dhyataya Shuddha Sattva. Vedanta equal to Vedanam Antaha Vedantaha, which is Upanishadaha. Vedanam Antaha is Upanishadaha. Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka, Upanishad. Vedanam Antaha Upanishadaha. Okay. So Sarva Vedanta is Sarvani Upanishadani. All the Upanishads. Siddhanta. What is Siddhanta? That which is established. So that which is established in all the Upanishads. Gocharam. That means which has been properly Tattva Vakyartha Bodha, that crux of it which has been very clearly established. Like you know how when you have the milk, the cream is already in it. So if I need to get the cream out, I need to do a process of first making the milk into a curd, and then I take the curd and then I उसको मखनिया के साथ जब करते हैं, the butter, the crux of it comes out. The cream in the form of the butter comes out. So after churning this from all the Vedanta Siddhantas, what one has achieved or where one has reached, what is that? What is that thing which after all the Vedantas churning you will get? Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahma Asmi. Is it clear? So once you churn this all the text and you get that condensed knowledge, that crux of it, it is nothing but the Atma Jnanam of Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, Prajnanam Brahma, whatever you want you call, it is that Mahavakya which establishes that you are that. So the first part of that shloka says, Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam, equal to what? Atma Jnanam or Aham Brahmasmi, Tat Mahavakya Jnanam. Is it clear? Which is Atma. What is it other than Atma? It is nothing else. Tam Agocharam. Can you reach it? You can't reach that. What you got the knowledge from all the Vedanta which has come to you, you can never reach it. Are you able to get that? Tam agocharam. To you, it is not away. You cannot reach it. Why? You are that. Reaching means something has to be different, right? If you are that, where is the question of reaching it? See, in the starting line itself, how he is giving. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tam Agocharam, which one cannot reach. Possessor of that knowledge is Sadguru Govinda. How nicely he has put it now, see. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tam Agocharam Saha Govindam. Who is he? Because he is embodiment of Atma himself, Parama Ananda Swarupaha, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. That person is Jnana Swarupaha, Ananta Swarupaha, because it is not the person, it is that Atma Swarupaha is referring to Parama Anandam, which means he is referring to Govindam, who has the complete Jnanam and is the Jnana Nishtha and is Atma Swarupaha, is Paramananda, which can never be reached by anyone because we are that itself. There is no question of reaching it. Okay, so to the Atma Swarupaha Govindaha Sadgurum Aham Pranatosmi. Are you able to understand? Aham Pranatosmi. Okay. Another, you want to see a flavor, another flavor coming in the same shloka. You just change the context of the meaning called Govindam, the meaning changes. Gam Vindatiti Govindaha. Gam is cow. So Govindam can be Krishna. Govindam Paramanandam. Very true. Krishna is Parama Anandam. Sadgurum Bhagavad Gita he has taught. He is a Sadguru. How did he teach? Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandana Partho Vatsas Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Mritam Mahat. He extracted from the Upanishads Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tam Agocharam Jnanam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Sadgurum Pranatosmi Aham. Does it fit now? Second meaning. So if you want to take his Guru Bhagavat Padacharya, Govinda Bhagavat Padacharya, you can take it. If you want to take his God Krishna, you can take it. Meaning doesn't change. Third is Govindam is also, Go means Vedas. Govindam, one who is the embodiment of the Vedas, and the Vedas have got Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam. What does the Vedas teach? Because if the Upanishads are there, the Vedas are part, the Upanishad is a part of the Vedas. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam, this Vedas, Sadgurum, because the Vedas are teaching me, Pranatosmyaham. The Acharya uses the Shastra to reflect Aham Brahmasmi to me. Shastra Darpanena Sadgurum Atmadarshanam Drishtva Tam Acharyam Pranatosmyaham Sadgurum. Three different meanings are coming out. Are you able to get this? You know, this particular ability, when sutras are written, what is this particular aspect that if you change one meaning, still the whole sentence remains meaningful? You know what is it called? Anyone who knows the definition of sutra will know it. If you remember the definition of a sutra, Alpaksharam asandigdam saravat vishwato mukham astobam anavadyancha sutre sutra vidogana vishwato mukha. You see the meaning from any context, it will fit. Vishwato mukha means in all the directions, whichever thing you put into it, the meaning will fit. समझ में आ रहा है? This is exactly like that. So you change the meaning of Govinda, the meaning keeps changing, but the actual shloka meaning doesn't get distorted and it perfectly fits. And it is a Mangalacharana shloka. Okay? Whichever you feel happy, you can take that meaning. Doesn't matter. All the meanings are correct. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tam Agocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmi Aham. Is that clear? Okay. Now from this shloka, Bhagavat Padacharya goes to a very, very important aspect. When something is going to be, when you buy a product, how do you buy a product? I want to buy a shampoo. I want to buy a lipstick. How do I buy it? What is the thing which first catches my attention? The advertisement. Somewhere I see an advertisement and I got attracted to the advertisement. Why? The advertisement gives me very effectively the benefits, not of the product, the benefits for me when I use it. Like if I say I use the L'Oreal shampoo, I may have scanty hair, but the advertisement shows that with that hair I can pull the wall. So my aspiration to have a hair like that pushes me to buy that L'Oreal shampoo. Does it make sense? So the advertisements are designed in such a way that it attracts people not because of the product, because what the product can do to you, by which it is going to benefit you, and you will be a better person without using the product. If you use the product versus if you don't use the product, by using the product, I will be better than not using it. And hence, my logical decision is to go with the product. Right? Every advertisement does that. And exactly that Adi Shankara also does it. Why this text? Why such a thing needs to be known? So he gives the importance of Manushya Janma, because he is bringing out a probability theory where he is making all of us feel, which is a reality, which we cannot deny, that we are the rarest among the rare. समझ में आ रहा है? अगर कांच का टुकड़े का बीच में हीरा का एक पीस रहेगा तो इट डजंट हैव अ वैल्यू. पूरा कोयले का बीच में एक हीरा चमकेगा, इमीडिएटली यू विल सी ओ दिस इज द वैल्यू. तो ऐसे ही भेड़ बकरियों का बीच में तुम भी, they are all four-legged animals, you are two-legged animals, Vipada, Chatushpada, if you say, there is no value. But he brings out that where that value is there, and he says rarity of Manushya Janma, and in that you are born, and in that you got a thought that you have to learn, and that is why you are the rarest of the rare. Why? Very few. If you put the probability theory, there will be very few. Now tell me, how many people are there in this world? Roughly 8 billion. How many people are learning Vedanta? Maybe few lakhs. Correct? How many people at least are connected to some Shastra? It can be Buddhism, Jainism, Christianity, Islamic, somewhere some Shastra there. In this world of 8 billion people, okay, genuinely who are connected to it will be rare. Among that, further rare is you are going to Atma Jnanam, because the Shastras can give you Kamya Karma, Nishkama Karma, Upasana, Jnanam. It can give you all the four in any of the Shastras. Let it be Islamic, Jewish, all this will be given, right? Occultism, devilism, many things will be there. But how many people in that will come to Atma Jnanam? That means you are rarest of the rare. So you can search if you have a collar. देख लेना, नहीं तो कल ऐसा शर्ट पहन के आना, कॉलर एंड द रेयरेस्ट. सो our Adi Shankara Bhagavad Padacharya at that time itself बोलते ना ऊपर चढ़ाना है, and which is true, गलत तो नहीं बोल रहे, सत्यम वदा only, and which is a reality. He is just establishing that reality, and he is giving the next shloka, which is a beautiful shloka. दुर्लभम दुर्लभम त्रयमेवैतद्, दुर्लभम त्रयमेवैतद्, देवानुग्रह हेतुकम्, देवानुग्रह हेतुकम्, मनुष्यत्वं मुमुक्षुत्वं, मनुष्यत्वं मुमुक्षुत्वं, महापुरुष संश्रयः, महापुरुष संश्रयः. ओके. त्रयम् एव एतत् दुर्लभम्. Three things are very difficult to achieve in this world. Trayam etat durlabham. Three things are very, very difficult to attain. How can one attain? Deva anugraha hetukam. Only when you have the God's blessing, this can come. Purva Janma Krita Punya Prarabdha Phalena, you will get this. Correct? Are we able to get this? There are so many times in our day-to-day life when we go to sip a hot cup of tea or coffee, between the cup and the lip, some drop falls down. Not everything goes into your mouth. There will be sometimes, kabhi chatka lagega, you move the lips, something will fall down. So if it has to properly go, Devanugraha Hetukam should be there. Yes or no? How many times we put effort but we don't get the result? If there is a result which has come, that result is surely because of your effort and surely because of God's blessing, that your prarabdha has got fructified there, and hence if it has not happened to the balance 7 billion people, I am the rarest. Is it clear? Okay. How many species are there in this universe? How many jivas or yonis are there in this universe? 84 lakh yonis. Okay. Chivena kathitam pura, somewhere it has come. I am referring to our yoga students. Chaturashiti lakshani shivena kathitam pura. How many asanas are there? Chaturashiti lakshani, 84 lakhs. Because that many species are there. You remember? Somewhere many years back, some teacher would have told, and I have nicely forgotten because exams are also over. Correct? Okay. Doesn't matter. So if 84 lakh yonis are there, among that one of the yoni is Manushya. Is it clear? So how many you see? Amoebas, earthworms, cockroaches, snakes, reptiles, crows, sparrows, birds, fishes, terrestrial animals, lion, deer, monkey, donkey, among trees, among all what you see and what you know, one species is called Manushya. So what is the probability you will get this? Isn't it rare? If 8 billion Manushyas are there, how many other species will be there, you can imagine? Trillions and trillions of all the species, nothing, you just take your amoeba. Someone told me that we are filled up with microorganisms inside us. Digestion is happening due to microorganisms. Intestine has got different, stomach has got different, so many different microorganisms. If that tons and tons of microorganisms are there inside our body, and all these bodies, they are all different species. We are one Manushya. Okay. So Manushyattvam, getting a Manushya Sharira itself is a Punya Karma Visheshena. Getting a body Sthula Shariram itself is Punya Karma Visheshena. How? Does someone remember getting the Sthula Shariram and Sukshma Shariram itself is a particular Punya Karma? How? Where does that come? Panchīkrita pancha mahabhutebhyah kritam sat karmajanyam. That karmajanyam is bringing that here. Apanchīkrita pancha mahabhutebhyah krite sat karmajanyam. But that Sthula and Sukshma Sharira is there for many of the yonis. What's special for Manushya? Anadi avidya vasanaya pravartamane अस्मिन् महती संसार चक्रे विचित्राभिः कर्मगतिभिः विचित्रासु अनेकधा पशु पक्षी मृगादि योनिषु पुनः पुनः जनित्वा केनापि पुण्यकर्म विशेषेण इदानीन्तन मानुष्ये. What is the meaning of this? Anadi. I don't know from when. Millions and millions and trillions of years before, I don't know from when. Na adi, anadi. Avidya vasanaya. If I had the right knowledge and if I was living with that right knowledge, what would have happened to me? No punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. And hence, if I am born as a manushya now, that means I am a ajnani is established. If I had the jnana, my next janma would have not come, right? If this janma has come, that means I am an ajnani who is born. Avidya vasanaya. I am connected to that ignorance so tightly. I love that ignorance. You ask that cockroach where it likes to be. In the gutter. You give it a nice bed. Will the cockroach sit there? No, it will go back to the gutter only. Like that we are. Avidya vasanaya. We love this gutter called samsara. We don't want to come out of it. Pravartamane asmin mahati samsara chakra. Mahat samsara chakra. I said, 84 lakh yonis, you can go from where you want where. That is called samsara chakra. How it is? Vichitrabihi. Unpredictable. You can't say that if I have taken Manushya Janma, next Janma will not be a cockroach. Sorry, no one can tell that. It depends on which prarabdha gets fructified. It is a probability theory that if you do only Punya Karma, the chances of a good prarabdha coming is high. But still, if Bhagavan decides to clean you up by deliberately removing some bad prarabdha so that you exhaust it, tathastu, you have to face it. Tathastu, Bhagavan's blessings. Correct? In that Vichitrabihi, there are different karma gatis. Okay. A lifespan of a dog is different with a lifespan of a cockroach is different with a lifespan of a tree is different with an elephant is different. Each are different. Huh? They are karma gatis. Vichitrabihi karma gatibihi. In that Vichitrasu, Anekada. Ekada means what? Once. Anekada means many a time. So I don't know how many times. What have I done? Pashu, Pakshi, Mriga, Adi, Yonishu. Janitva. I have been born several times in so many yonis, which is Vichitra Vihi, which is got Vichitra Karma Gatihi also. So that complexity of unpredictable situation, how we are born is not known. That something like a black box, which only Bhagavan knows, because he is Karma Baladata. He knows where what needs to be placed so that at the right time things will work out. For that particular script writer, we do not know, we are just playing a role. When it is going to come and meet its end, only that script writer knows. He has got a plan. वो तो उसका plan है, हमें मालूम नहीं है. Exactly like that, there is a plan, and that is where things are happening. We individually feel that we are doing something, but there is a bigger plan by which we are all like, just imagine you are playing chess. And every pawn or the king or the queen or the rook or the elephant or someone is thinking that I am doing the move. Who is actually doing the move? I, the Bhagavan who is playing the chess, is making the move. Why am I making the move? Because I know after 4 particular different moves, this is going to happen, and that is why I plan it like this only. Pahla main isko ye karunga, then that person I'll assume can do this and this. So there is a plan, right? The pawn does not know what is happening, but the pawn feels that I am going and cutting the king, or I am going and cutting the queen. Like that, we feel we are doing things, but there is a bigger plan and someone is making things happen. Correct? And this is what in 11th chapter he says, Nimittamatram bhavasabhyasachin. Bhaiya, you are only a remote and I control you. I control you, you are playing and you feel that you are doing the work. Okay, so vichitrabihi karmagatibihi vichitrasu pashu pakshi mrigadi yonishu anekada punah janitva. Imagine, मतलब merry go round or sorry go round now. मजा आता है रोज ऐसा हर टाइम यही गटर में गिरते रहो, यही गटर में गिरते रहो, ऐसे ही करते रहो. कभी ऐसा लगता नहीं से बाहर निकलो. So which is your janma? I don't know. I know only that this janma is a manushya janma. How long it will be there? I don't know. After that, I don't know. Before that, I don't know. But so many janmas are possible. Who is doing it? He is doing it. That is why Devanugraha Karakam, he says. Devanugraha Hetukam Manushyatvam I got. Okay. Pashu Pakshi Mrigadi Yonishu Anekada Punah Punah Janitva. Now the next, after a comma it comes, Kenapi Punya Karma Visheshena. Somewhere some Punya Karma I would have done somewhere. Idanintana Manushye. I got this Manushya Janma. Now if you look at that probability of getting Manushya Janma, you can do your calculation. That is why first thing is Aham, rare, Asmi. Understand that. Don't consider yourself to be, I'm good for nothing. What is it? May raha ya nahi raha, kuch nahi. No, you're the rarest jewel. Idanintana manushye. So, durlabham trayameva itad devanugraha hetukam. If you have got manushyatvam, Deva's anugraha, already you have got 1/3 in your hand. It's a fact. You can't deny it. So first of all, every moment you should say, I am that blessed person who has got this human birth. First. It's a very necessary thing to accept that among all the births, there is one birth which is very rare, which is human birth. Why? Only in human birth, this intellect is fully available. Ahara nidra bhayamaithunancha samanametat pashubhir naranam dharmo hitesho adhiko visheshaha dharma vihina pashubhis samanaha. There are 4 common things between many of these species, including human being. Ahara, all the species feel hungry, they eat food. Nidra, all of them sleep. Bhaya, all of them fear. Maithunam, all of them procreate to give the next species of the same origin. Ahara nidra bhaya maithunancha Samanam etad. This is common for Pashubhihi Narana, to humans and other animals. Then what is that which differentiates human with others? Dharmo hitesho adhiko visheshaha. Dharma, righteousness, the correct thing, use of intellect. Buddhya hitesho, you can say nothing wrong. Because that is one faculty which we have got in abundance, which we use or which we are supposed to use. Dharma vihinaha pashubhis samanaha. Minus this buddhi, we are no different than animals. That is why many a time someone says, don't behave like an animal. Means what? Use that grey matter which Bhagavan has given you. Correct? So, Durlabham Trayameva itad Devanugraha Hetukam. The first one is Manushyatvam. So, if I have got a Manushya Janma, I am one of the rarest jewel or the creation by Bhagavan. I am one of the rare person where I have Bhagavan's Paripurna Kataksha in this Janma. Don't say I am seeking blessing. You are already blessed. That is why you are a human being. Period. You have already got it. First, value it. Next, Mumukshutvam. What is Mumukshutvam? Moksho me bhuyat iti tivra ichha. I got this Manushya, but I want to get out of this merry-go-round. That sorry-go-round. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam, iha samsare bahu dustare, kripaya pare pahi burare, bhaja govindam, govindam bhaja moodhamate. Okay. Iha samsare bahu dustare. I want to get out of this. And that feeling of freedom, atyantika swatantriyam, completely internalizing that aham freedom, aham free asmi. I am fully free, nothing to bind me, because that thought and that only intellect can give. No animal, you may have a pet dog, you may pat the pet dog and say, I am free, the dog will never feel the same thing. How much ever you teach the dog that you are free, the dog will say, wow, wow, nothing else. Because the dog doesn't have the intellect. Viveka is not. Yes or no? Some basic intelligence it will have, but the Viveka, that I am free, I have this body, I have this Sukshma Sharira, I have this Karana Sharira, I am that Atma, that Viveka only human beings can have. How many of these human beings even consider that I need to at least think about this? Very rare. Among the 8 billion people who are there in the surface of the earth, very few people, many people want to learn Vedanta for various reasons, but not for moksha. Moksha and all, where, sir? I am very sure. ये जन्म क्या 7 जन्म तक मुझे मिलने वाला ही नहीं है. But one thing, in every जन्म you should come as my teacher. No moksha for you, no moksha for me also. समझ में आ रहा है? I am very sure you will miserably fail. क्या confidence है? उद्धरेदात्मनात्मानम. क्या confidence है that I will never pass? Huh? My teacher's assessment is also wrong. He is telling your Atma है. क्या हो गया सर को क्या मालूम? He is telling me your Atma. Every day I have got hundreds of problems. What does he know? So, Mumukshutvam is very rare among these species called human being. It doesn't even come to all the species who have become human being. So who are not human being, forget it. They are always out of it. But those who are human being also, mumukshutvam is very rare. गलती से एक दो क्लास 20 किधर तो सुन के थोड़ा अच्छा लगा, चलो आगे अंदर. No, I want to get मोक्षो में भूयात इति तीव्र इच्छा. एटलीस्ट बाय हार्ट तो किया मैंने, ठीक है, चलो. For that full marks. Now the next problem. I need to have a guru. It is not going to come by reading hundreds of books. Mahapurusha Samshrayaha has to be there. I need a guru to get that. Just my ichcha is not enough. There has to be a guru. So how rare it is. First is you have to be a human being. Then in that being a human being, you need to have a thought that I need to get moksha. And for getting the moksha, you should get an enabler called a guru, who is Mahapurusha, who is a Jnana Nishtha, Tadvidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya Upadekshyanti Te Jnanam Jnaninas Tattva Darshinaha. He has to be Jnani, he has to be a Tattva Darshi. I need to get that. How much of punyam I should have done to get that now? So these three things are, it goes in geometric proportion of rarity. If Manushyatvam is 10 raised to 100, then Mumukshutvam is 10 raised to 2000. Mahapurusha Samshraya will be further 10 raised to 20,000. Correct? That means if a person becomes Mukta, what a rarest of the rare it is. If it happens so easily for everyone, our poor Vishnu will not have a job. He needs a job, no? Huh? Otherwise he has to go to the union. शिवजी हमको थोड़ा काम दो. क्यों? अरे किसी का प्रारब्ध है ही नहीं, सब लोग मुक्त होके संसार से निकल के, मेरे पास प्रारब्ध है ही नहीं कुछ देने के लिए. What will I do? So he is very smart. He will ensure Manushyatvam is lower, Mumukshutvam is further lower. ये दोनों मिल गया तो that Mahapurusha is in my hand. इतना जल्दी देगा नहीं. You have to earn it. समझ में आ रहा है? ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद सर.
धन्यवाद. नमस्कार.